Hey there, and welcome. Today, we are going to pull back the curtain on one of the most common and maybe most underestimated items in your entire house. Get ready because we're about to uncover the surprising secrets of just plain old baking soda. I mean, what if I told you that there's a genuine hero with the power to boost your health, supercharge your cleaning, and upgrade your personal care routine, and it was already sitting just a few feet away from you? Yep, that's right. We're talking about that humble little box of baking soda. You know, most of us have one tucked away somewhere, but do we really know what it's capable of? Well, let's dive in and find out. Okay, first up, let's get into some of its most surprising uses, the benefits it can actually have inside your body. And believe it or not, this all starts with some pretty basic chemistry. So, what is the big secret here? Well, it all comes down to one simple thing. It's alkaline. You see, our bodies are constantly working to maintain a balanced pH level, and baking soda can actually help buffer any excess acid. This one simple property, well, it's the key to so many of its incredible health benefits. So, knowing that it can fight acid, researchers started asking a really powerful question. For people with kidney disease who often have a tough time removing acid from their bodies, could baking soda possibly make a difference? The answer they found was, well, it was astounding. No, you did not hear that wrong. 2/3. In a British study, patients with advanced kidney disease who took a daily dose of sodium bicarbonate saw the rate of their kidney decline slow down by a full 2/3 compared to the group that didn't. I mean, that is a massive impact from such a simple, everyday substance. Now, this same acid buffering power also works on a problem many of us are way more familiar with: heartburn. Actually, if you ever look at the ingredients in popular antacids, you're going to find some form of bicarbonate in there. Baking soda is just the pure, simple source of it. And the using it is incredibly easy. For that occasional heartburn, one source suggests this simple mix about an hour after you eat. It just helps neutralize that extra stomach acid and bring some relief. It might even give you an edge at the gym. You know that burning feeling you get during a really tough workout? Well, that's lactic acid building up in your muscles. And get this, a study found that by buffering that acid, participants could actually exercise for longer, and they even said the workout felt less intense. How cool is that? Okay, so we've talked about the inside of your body. Now let's shift gears and talk about how baking soda might just be the secret to a brighter, healthier smile. All right, so you've probably heard of people brushing their teeth with straight-up baking soda. But, and this is a really important warning, its gritty, abrasive texture can actually be too harsh on your enamel over time. The real key is to look for it as an ingredient in toothpaste that's been professionally formulated. But here's a much safer DIY approach: a mouthwash. This super simple recipe lets the baking soda neutralize acids and clean out all those little nooks and crannies your toothbrush can't reach, all without that harsh scrubbing action. And this isn't some new discovery. It's fascinating. A study from way back in 1973 found that a simple baking soda rinse brought relief to a whopping 70% of patients who were suffering from chronic canker sores. So how does it actually whiten your teeth? Well, it's kind of like a 1-2 punch. First, its mild abrasiveness helps scrub off surface stains from things like coffee or tea. And second, it has antimicrobial properties, which means it helps fight the bad bacteria that can lead to plaque. All right, from the inside of your body to the outside, let's now look at how baking soda can become your new go-to for all sorts of skin and personal care needs. And surprise, surprise, it's all about that chemistry again. You see, sweat itself doesn't really smell like much. The odor happens when bacteria break it down and make it acidic. Baking soda just steps in, neutralizes that acid, and stops the odor right at the source. It's also fantastic for irritated skin. You know, whether it's an itchy bug bite or a mild sunburn, baking soda can help calm things down. You can make a simple paste with a little water, or for all-over relief, just toss a cup of it into a cool bath. And of course, we have to talk about its most legendary use: as an absolute powerhouse household cleaner. See a pattern here? That same alkaline property that helps your body works wonders on your clothes. When you dissolve it in water, it can interact with acidic stains, we're talking food, sweat, you name it, to help lift them right out of the fabric, making your whites way brighter. And now for the classic science fair volcano reaction. When you mix baking soda with an acid, like vinegar, you create this new, really unstable compound called carbonic acid, and that is what's behind that famous, satisfying fizz. And that fizz isn't just for show, you know? That bubbling action actually helps it work its way deep down into fibers, like in a carpet stain. It physically helps lift all that dirt and grime up to the surface, which makes it so much easier to blot away. Wow. Okay, so from your kidneys to your carpets, baking soda is unbelievably versatile. But, with great power comes the need for great caution, especially when you're talking about your health. And listen up, because this is probably the most important takeaway of all. While all these uses are fascinating, you should always talk to a doctor before you start ingesting baking soda for any medical reason. It can interact with certain health conditions and medications, so getting professional advice is absolutely essential. Seriously. Baking soda just goes to show you that sometimes really powerful solutions are hiding in the simplest places. It really makes you wonder, what other secrets are just waiting to be discovered right there in your own home?